Monday, March 27, 2023. We continue our Women on the Move Moment in Women's History with Carole Klein King, an American singer, songwriter, and musician who is one of the most prolific female musicians in the history of pop music. Carole Joan Klein King was born on February the 9th, 1942 in New York, New York. Carole's mother was the source of her early music education. While still in high school, Carole began arranging and composing music, and at the age of 15, she formed and sang in a vocal quartet called the Consumes. She studied briefly at Queens College before dropping out to marry Jerry Goffin in 1959, who abandoned his plans to become a chemist in order to write music with her. Together, Jerry and Carole began writing songs for Alden Music in the confines of a cubicle near the Brill Building on Broadway, and they quickly became one of the most successful songwriting duos in the industry. Their first hit, Will You Love Me Tomorrow, recorded in 1961 by the Shirelles, became a number one single on the US Hot 100 before Carole turned 19. Over the next 6 years, Carole and Jerry composed hits with stunning regularity. Their number one songs were Take Good Care of My Baby, recorded in 1961 by Bobby V, The Locomotion, recorded in 1962 by Little Eva, and Go Away Little Girl, recorded in 1962 by Steve Lawrence. Other hits by Carole and Jerry included Up on the Roof, recorded in 1962 by the Drifters, One Fine Day, recorded in 1963 by the Chiffons, Don't Bring Me Down, recorded in 1966 by the Animals, and You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, recorded in 1967 by the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. In 1968, Carole moved to Los Angeles, California, where she organized the group The City, which released one album, Now That Everything's Been Said, but never gained commercial success. Thereafter, Carole King worked for a short time with singer-songwriter James Taylor, playing piano and singing on the album Sweet Baby James in 1970. She also accompanied him on tour. James' version of Carole's hit song You've Got a Friend eventually became a hit in the United States. With his encouragement, Carole fostered her own ability to perform solo, and her debut album, Writer, was released in 1970. Not until a year later did Carole capture national attention in the United States as a solo artist. Her album Tapestry, a collection of catchy melodies and engaging lyrics, held the number one spot on the Billboard album chart for 15 weeks. It remained a bestseller for more than 300 weeks. Tapestry also earned Carole 4 Grammys. In addition to winning 4 Album of the Year, she received the awards for Best Song, You've Got a Friend, Best Single, It's Too Late, and Best Female Vocalist. Other noteworthy numbers on the album included I Feel the Earth Move and So Far Away. Carole continued to release popular albums. Many were gold records, including Music, released in 1971, Rhymes and Reasons, released in 1972, Fantasy, released in 1973, and Wraparound Joy in 1974. Her marriage to Charles Lockey, the bass player of the group The City, failed, and in 1977, she married her abusive manager Rick Evers, who died of a drug overdose less than a year later. Carole married for a 4th time in 1982. This marriage also ended in divorce in 1987. Carole gradually faded from the music scene, becoming involved in environmental causes in Idaho, where she made her home. Carole's musical career sparked back to life in 2007 when she reunited with James Taylor for a performance at the Troubadour, a famed West Hollywood venue then celebrating its 50th anniversary. Following the release of Live at the Troubadour CD and DVD in 2010, Carole and James embarked on a Troubadour Reunion World Tour. The reunion also prompted a 2011 feature-length documentary made for public television's American Master Series, Troubadours Carole King, James Taylor, and The Rise of the Singer-Songwriter. Taking advantage of her resurgent popularity, Carole in 2011 released the holiday album, A Holiday Carol, produced by her daughter Louise Coffin. Carole's memoir, A Natural Woman, was published in 2012. 2 years later, Beautiful, the Carole King musical, a look at her career as a singer-songwriter, began a lengthy run on Broadway and it opened in London's West End in 2015. Carole performed all the songs in order from her album Tapestry in London's Hyde Park in 2016, and the CD DVD Tapestry Live at Hyde Park was released the following year. Carole was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1987, and in 2002 she received the John Mercer Award for her history of outstanding creative works. She and her former husband, Jerry Goffin, were awarded the National Academy of Songwriters Lifetime Achievement Award in 1988, and 2 years later they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as non-performers. In 2013, Carole was awarded the Library of Congress Gershwin Prize for Popular Song as well as a Grammy for Lifetime Achievement, and she was also named a Kennedy Center honoree in 2015. Carole was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a performer in 2021. This has been your Divine Vision Theater Company moment in women's history, celebrating the women who tell our stories.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel